Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Blazekiller, and today we are back with yet another video. And today's video is going to be another tier list video. And today's tier list video is going to be rating the NPCs, the non-player characters that this game has. So in total, there are around 20, 22, 23, I can't remember exactly, NPCs in this game, in Lumber Tycoon 2, and I did not make this tier list. All credit goes to this person right here. If you want to play it, go to tiermaker.com and search this up right here in the search bar, where my cursor is right here, and you can play it for yourself. I changed some things around, but mostly all credit goes to this person. So let's get started. Let's jump straight into this thing. There's one NPC missing from this list, and it is Hoover, the fairy guy, so we'll rate him at the very end. Don't let me forget, okay? Alright, the first one we're going to be rating is the bird. So the bird, if you guys aren't familiar with, I'm not super familiar with because I didn't play this game when the bird was actually incorporated into like the actual game itself, but it was required for the bird axe. So pretty much it would be in the tropics biome, and you would have to bring a silver axe to it, and the bird would transform it into a bird axe only if you were following Defaultio on Twitter. So it's cool. I mean, it was part of a quest, and it transformed your silver axe into another axe, which is better, around the same equivalent of the beta axe. I think it's kind of cool. It's I think the only animal character here we have, so I think I like it. I like it. I think it goes in A tier. Yeah. The next one we're gonna be ranking is we have Bob. Bob's from Bob's Shack. So here, this is Bob right here, and we all know Bob's. Bob is a great guy. Actually, I feel like we're gonna have some competition here. So Bob obviously is the shop owner of Bob's Shack. He sells dynamite, he sells a can of worms, and some limited time items every now and then. I buy from this guy all the time. Also, his shop is open 24/7, which is like very very nice, very convenient. I think he gets S tier for that. I mean, we'll probably have to switch things around later, but I think for now that probably works. The next person we're going to be reviewing here is Corey. So Corey is a shop owner also. He's a shop owner of Fancy Furnishings. This one, sadly not 24/7, but you get all your home decor here and anything else that you'd like to buy, like lighting and things like that. I like this one's pretty nostalgic as well. I don't think it tops Bob's. Well, I mean, there's more variety for sure. It's difficult to say. I'm gonna keep both these in A tier. There's got to be some ones who are better than this. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll probably switch things around here and there. But Corey is a cool guy. He looks pretty cool as well. I guess the criteria in rating these guys is and girls are their appearances, I suppose, but also their role and where they are on the map, and a variety of other things, I'm sure, and like personal experience and interactions with them as well. Some of these don't have like dialogues. Some of them do. But yeah. We have Gek. Gek is going to be the next one here. Gek is in the maze. He doesn't really have a purpose. There's to him, but I believe he does have some dialogue, right? And he says like, my boat shop is around here somewhere. I think this guy is so nostalgic and so crucial to this game in the sense that it hints of a boat shop. It plays around with people, and he's like kind of hard to find. So I think he deserves probably an S tier position. You might disagree with me there because he doesn't really have a role, but he is pretty cool. I'll probably switch it around in a second. Next one we have is going to be Guzmanok. Guzmanok is this weird looking robot guy, and he is one of the people in the tavern, which, if you don't know, consists of three total people. We have that guy, we have this guy right here, and we also have, where is the other guy? Here. These three people, by handing them a light bulb, a can of worms, as well as a bag of sand, you can obtain for yourself a rookery axe. I just recently made a video on that, I believe, so go see that if you haven't already seen that. So Guzmanok, he looks dope. He looks really cool. He is like one of the only characters who has like a super unique appearance. I mean, all of these are unique in their own senses, but like besides maybe this domino guy, I'm not sure who else. He looks really cool. So I think for appearance wise, plus he is part of a quest to get the rookery axe. I think he goes up here. Maybe it's hard to say. I mean, realistically, like practically, like Gek probably shouldn't be up there. If we're thinking of things practically here, so I think that's probably a good place. Gek doesn't have a purpose though. I mean, he's nostalgic, but the bird actually has a purpose. Okay, that's probably okay for now. Okay, moving on. Our next NPC is going to be Hoover, which we actually don't have here. But if we did have Hoover, I would place him in S tier. I would probably place him behind these people right here. Obviously, I can put a picture on the screen if you don't know who Hoover is, but he's obviously the fairy guy. He takes you across to the other side of the map. Our next person here is going to be Jenny. Jenny is the box car store owner, and I honestly, I mean, once you get your cars and your truck and whatnot, your trailers potentially, you don't go to the store very often. It is super clutch in getting your first. I mean, your first car comes from the Woods R Us, right? But if you were to get a truck, for example, which almost everyone does, you would go to her. So she's useful in that regard, but I don't think she has as much of a utility as these first two people up here, because, well, I'll probably put her between here, because I mean, you get something from her, but when's the last time you've been to the boxcar store? Let's be honest, right? Okay, next person here is going to be Joel. Joel is another maze character. I forget if he has dialogue or not, but what is certain is that he does not have a purpose. Just like Gek, he serves no purpose. He's kind of in the, I think he does have dialogue actually. He is in the maze, and you have to find him. So there's that kind of mysterious aspect about him. When you come upon him, you're like, what the heck? Same thing with Gek. Like, you don't expect to find those people in the first place, right? Okay. The next one we're going to be reviewing is going to be Lincoln. Lincoln is our second woman here in this list, and she is the owner of Link's Logic, and which is across the ferry and across the other side of the map. And she's pretty cool. I like her appearance. I'm not really sure what this is. This like a bird up here? I know she has goggles on, but yeah, she's got some cool hair, got a lab coat, and I find myself going to Link's Logic every now and then, specifically for the wires, like the colored wires, the neon wires, but other sorts of wiring I don't typically touch, but she does serve an important purpose, because a lot of people use these wires to do really cool things, like make calculators and whole, wood separation contraptions and a whole bunch of other things. So she's cool. She does serve a purpose. I think she's more important than the bird, probably. And probably, yeah, I'd say she's probably okay being there. Another character we have on here that's somewhat unique is going to be the Lumberman. So the Lumberman is the face of Lumber Tycoon. If you have ever seen, hopefully you have, the Lumber Tycoon icon when you click on the game to play it, this is who you see. This is Lumberman, and pretty much he doesn't serve a purpose other than being the face of Lumber Tycoon 2, which is a huge purpose, which is a huge thing for sure. I think for that he gets an S tier. I mean, do you disagree with that? Maybe that's too generous. Am I being too generous there? I mean, I think he does deserve S tier, because he's so mysterious. Like, you don't see him in the game at all, really. Or no, you don't see him in the game at all. But I think he obviously is the face of Lumber Tycoon 2. Okay, Merely. Merely is one of the toll booth keepers, and his purpose is obviously to lower the bridge for you and keep it lowered, and he has some cool dialogue as well. In his toll booth, there is like a follow the eagle, I believe, is like a map of the world, as well as a Illuminati pyramid. So he does have some interesting lore behind him, if you will. I don't know, I think he has an interesting face, because look at it, it's like partially smiling, partially like straight-faced. But he does serve a purpose that's probably greater than the bird here. I'll put him right here. I think we should probably start lowering these down here, because I don't want to have everything be up here. I mean, we can obviously arrange this later, but Link's Logic. I mean, this is more essential than Link's Logic. Okay. Yeah, then this is probably... I don't know. We'll fix it later. Okay, moving on. This one is also an interesting person. This is the Mountain Passage character, who has the same appearance as Reuven. You guys see these two people right here? This is Reuven right here, and he is it's the land store shop owner. This is Mountain Passage character. The history behind this guy, I don't really know the entire history, but because it's kind of a mystery. But on the way to like the Icewood, if you know what I'm talking about, this guy appeared for a little bit. He had some dialogue, but he was, I'm pretty sure, just to test proportions with the mountain and the character size and whatnot. So he doesn't really serve much of a purpose. I think he goes F tier. But he does have the same appearance as Reuven, which is interesting. Again, the shop owner of Yes, it's the land store. This is also one of those people where you go to for a long time, then you fully expand your map and you never go back there again unless you're getting a new slot. So for that reason, I think he probably deserves to be... I mean, he has a purpose that's probably greater than these guys. But, yeah. He probably goes right there. Okay. That seems kind of fair. Alright, the next person here is another den keeper, another den member. This is going to be Rookerio, which is where the Rookery axe name comes from. This person, obviously, along with Guzmanok, is down here. Remember, Guzmanok was this guy right here. And let's see here. I think he obviously deserves to be in the same place as Guzmanok. And actually, while we're at it, let's also rank Zolarketh, which is right here. He's also the third den member. And obviously, these three people combined, again, allow you to get the Rookery Axe or the End Times Axe, depending on what time of the year you are currently trying to do this quest. Okay, that seems fair. The next person we're going to be ranking is the other toll booth keeper, which is Serenok. Serenok, I think, is more well known than the other one. Therefore, I think he's going to be placed higher, in my opinion. I think right here is probably a fair place. Maybe, That's tough. I'll come back and look at that later. Okay, moving on, we have the skeleton. The skeleton is an interesting one because it's also a character in the cave. This one, unlike these two, like Joel and Gek and the Mountain Passage character, this one has no dialogue whatsoever. He just kind of is there. And correction, sorry, he's not in the cave or the maze. He is in the Lost Cave, I believe. The same place where you talk to this guy, the secret, or the, what's his name? I'll come back to it later and figure it out. The Secret Man or something like that, where you obtain the unlimited build perk in this game. I think the skeleton looks kind of cool. He's unique in its appearance, of course, but really serves no practical purpose. Okay, now a person in the actual cave is Slam. Slam's cool. He's got like a little satchel, a little bag around his waist here. I forget if he has dialogue or not, but similar to the previous ones, he really has no purpose. I'm only putting Gek above these guys because he not only does he have dialogue, but he also talks about the boat shop, which is pretty essential to the game in terms of lore and like mystery and controversy, if you will. Okay, next one is going to be Sorkus. This is the guy under the bridge. This is the troll under the bridge, who says, "Feed me." This guy has no dialogue either, but he is the source of a lot of like mythbuster controversy as well. People have tried to feed him everything in the game just to see if something would happen, but nothing has happened, unfortunately. Seeing as this guy has no real purpose either, I'm going to have to place him right here, but above these people because you actually do see him more often typically than you do the maze people. Maybe you haven't actually ventured under the bridge before, but I've seen this guy so many times. So the next person we're going to be reviewing is the Strange Man. That's the name of the guy, and he's going to be in the Lost Cave, not to be confused with the Lone Cave, which is the End Times biome. The Lost Cave, this guy gives you the perk of being able to build any or fill any blueprint with a 1x1x1 unit of wood. This is super clutch. This is a huge perk. It costs over $10 million or in-game currency, but he is really essential to the game in terms of when he was added. It was a huge feature, and it's super useful once you have it. So I think for that reason, he's going to have to be placed up here. I think these are storekeepers, right? They're essential for their own purposes. This guy holds value above them, I think, but not above the face of Lumber Tycoon 2. I don't think anyone could top that. What can top those almost everyone else though on this list is Thom. Thom. This is the Woods R Us store owner. This, not much is better than this. I think it's going to top this guy, honestly. This is the face of Lumber Tycoon 2. This is also probably the face of Lumber Tycoon 2. If you've ever played the game, I don't care for a minute or years, you've seen this guy. You've seen this guy definitely, and you've seen this guy definitely as well. because hopefully you've been to the woods, or else hopefully you've bought your first axe before from this guy, and you have definitely seen whether you realize it or not. And last but not least, we already ranked Hoover, I guess, so I don't need to do that after. But we have here Timothy. Timothy is the fine arts shop owner. He is located also in the maze. A lot of maze people in here, right? This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy here. Lots of people here in the maze. Here we have Timothy. He's a shop owner, therefore he gets precedent and probably going to be placed up here somewhere. He sells cool paintings for sure. I don't know where he'd be placed here. But while we're figuring out where to place Timothy, let's just generally review this list here. I'm happy with F tier. I am happy. I mean, these are kind of even. I mean, I can't really put any of these above the other. I believe this guy does have some dialogue, so I'm gonna put him above here. This guy also does have some dialogue. These two, I'm almost certain, do not have it all. The feed me, the bird, yeah, okay. These people, I mean, they're useful for the Rookery Axe and the End Times Axe. Those are pretty essential to this game. But more than that, they don't really serve much of another purpose. These bridge keepers, you see them all the time, right? So I can't really... This guy's more memorable than this guy for sure. Link's Logic, I feel bad for putting her there, but I think she kind of deserves that spot. There's not really much purpose she has. Bob Shack, yeah. I think I'm happy with how it looks right now. Let me know in the comments if you guys disagree with any of these rankings. But without further ado, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Leave any comments you have in the comment section below, any disagreements you've had here, or any video ideas you have for me in the future. Share this video with your friends and turn on the bell for me so that you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. That really helps. But yeah, without further ado, stay tuned for more awesome videos in the future, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you later. Peace out.